Since 1945, Weatherby's been building the finest firearms and ammunition in the world. And today, we're proud to continue that legacy from our facility in Sheridan, Wyoming. This is On Our Mark, the Weatherby Podcast.
Welcome to another episode of On Our Mark, the Weatherby Podcast, where passion meets precision. Today, we're going deep into the world of custom rifles, specifically the critical choice every serious shooter or builder faces early in the process. Do you start with the builder's action and craft your rifle piece by piece, or do you begin with a complete barreled action and build from there? Whether you're chasing sub-MOA accuracy at long range or crafting a hunting rifle that's as personal as it is reliable, this decision sets the tone for the entire build. A builder's action offers maximum customization from barrel contour, twist rate, and chambering and stock fit, but it requires patience, know-how, and a team you trust. On the flip side, a complete barreled action gives you a head start combining proven performance with fewer unknowns. We'll break down the pros and cons of each approach, talk about the time, tools, and tuning involved, and hear from ourselves who've done it both ways. Whether you're new to custom rifles or knee-deep in your next build, this episode will help you think through the path that is right for you from action to impact. Lock it down and dial it in. This is On Our Mark.
That was pretty solid. That's a good one. These just keep getting better and better.
Thanks, Tyler.
I love it.
They're fun. So I guess the cat's out of the bag. We're going to be releasing barreled actions in the 307 platform.
Yeah, this is going to be great. We've always, since the beginning of the 307, we've offered just a builder's action, but not a lot of companies are offering a full barreled action where you're kind of just like ready to go, where you can plug and play.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar, builder's action basically is just the receiver and bolt ready to roll. So you're putting trigger, barrel, everything. So you're going to be responsible for the head spacing, making sure everything is safe and fully dialed. On our barreled actions, there's a lot of BAs. There's a lot of barrel. I'm going to mess this up at some point. On our barreled actions, though, we have done the head spacing. It's chambered. It's essentially ready to shoot. It's been proof tested here before we send it out. So it is a functioning firearm at that point.
Yeah. So we're releasing this in the custom shop, so you're going to be able to kind of customize that too. So yeah, you're going to be if you want to use a builder's action, I would say like if you're wanting to use a really special barrel or something like that, that would be builder's action, right? Versus barreled action, you're going to be able to utilize like our BSF carbon barrel, and then a variety of our different contours on our steel barrels. And then since it's in the custom shop, you get to pick the flutes, you get to pick all of those things too.
Yeah, essentially we've got a full menu of options from our kind of existing things, and we'll grow it with time, but it'll give you a head start. Like maybe you like the Alpine CT, but you want to use a different stock. So you can kind of do a BSF barrel on a 307 action, and then pick whatever stock you want. Maybe you want to put it in a chassis or the new MDT hunting style stock. Go for it.
Yeah.
It's a good head start there.
The Alpine CT is like a perfect example because it's a great rifle as is, but some guys want to run different like bottom metal on it, right? Like they don't want a hinge floor plate. They want to run like a Hawkins or something like that.
Yeah.
And
M5.
instead of buying that and then trying to figure out what do I do with the carbon stock that it came with, essentially you can just buy the barreled action, and you're going to, on our barreled actions, we're going to do the Trigger Tech triggers on there.
Yep.
So you're going to get that. So now it should be just a drop in, and then all you have to do is get a different bottom metal for it instead of throwing bottom metal away.
Yeah. So depending on your stock, like a lot of the metal or, modern metal chassis, you're not bedding those. There's usually like a mechanism built in for kind of the custom bedding. But on carbon fiber or fiberglass stocks, pretty much all you're going to have to do is do your glass bedding and you're off to the races.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So where I see that as an advantage, like for me, I am not a gunsmith quality like on when I'm building a gun, right? But I can figure out bedding a stock. So where I would have been a little bit more intimidated about, torquing on a barrel and getting all the tools for, chambering it and then doing go gauges, no go gauges, that definitely is like a step up from what I have at my house. But I could get a barreled action and I could bed a Peak 44 stock or something like that. So
yeah, it definitely takes some of the specific tool set that would be required to build a rifle from scratch with a builder's action out. It just simplifies the entire process to almost a tool-free option, depending on which stock solution you go with.
yeah, and man, it just opens it up to we work with MDT on a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of cool chassis out there. So being able to get a barreled action and drop it into a different chassis, it's pretty cool, and again, way less intimidating than buying all the pieces yourself and then assembling. So, because for me, I'd have to like reach out to one of our not everyone has a gunsmith friend, right? So you'd have to find someone to do all that stuff for you.
Well, and since the 307 platform is 700 footprint, like the bottom metal, fully compatible with basically any rim 700 style action. Maybe you already have some bottom metal that you want to use or a stock that you want to use. And so this is a great way to save a little money instead of buying a whole rifle or, some people are talking about the Range XPs as kind of a good donor gun. Like it's a really good $1,100, $1,200 rifle that it's not the greatest stock in the world because it's $1,200 rifle. And then maybe they want to spend another, $700, $800 on a stock. Maybe they already have that stock. Save the money on the full gun. Just get the barreled action. You're good to go.
Yeah, we get a lot. I see a lot of that in the model. There's a Model 307 owners group on Facebook, and you see a lot of cool builds there where someone bought just a, like you said, a donor gun, and then took the stock off and did something different with it. So,
yeah, it just opens up the door to the parts that you may already have. Maybe you got a buddy that's got an extra stock laying around. There's a lot of reasons to get to the barreled action.
Yeah. For where would you advocate for for the actual builder's action? Who is that guy?
That guy is the guy that's going to be real meticulous, I would say. That maybe he wants to cut his own chamber into his barrel. Maybe he wants to do a custom contour on a barrel. If you're spinning your own barrel on to the receiver, then you're going to be head spacing. If you've already got those tools, you probably know what you're doing, and it's pretty easy to go down that route. Maybe you want to do a different trigger than what we offer through our custom shop. I think it's that level of customization. Other than that, you might as well just start with the barreled action because it just gives you a pretty big head start. And let our team here do majority of the work for you. Plus, we can, through the custom shop, we can Cerakote it to the colors that you want. It just simplifies things.
Yeah, I think the guy who's the builder's action guy is that guy who's looking for something super particular. Like if you're building the gun for like extreme long range competition or something, you're like, ooh, I really want this twist rate, right? Like a common one is 300 PRC. Like we run a 1 in 10 on most of our 300 PRC, but some guys want to run a little bit faster. So there's just like those little nuances that it's like, well, there are some factory constraints on our barreled actions versus someone who truly wants to go and get a super competition barrel or like, for example, lengths. We'll offer a couple of different lengths depending on caliber, but a lot of times it's like, well, if you want
to do a 16 or a 30, then that's on you.
Yeah. So like, man, a big thing too is like if you're a Creedmoor guy and you're shooting for competition, you want it at 24, but it's like the trend on inline stuff is 20 or 22. So it's like, well, if you want that longer barrel, those are kind of the things I think you need to think about.
Yeah, I mean, just a peek behind the curtain. We're just taking a thing that we're essentially already doing with our production team here and working some of these builders' actions, or sorry, I knew I was going to do it, barreled actions into our production. So it's not a ton of extra lifting for us, but I think it fills a gap in the overall market with companies that not many do this. And it's relatively easy for us to offer, and we're proud to be able to do it. I think it's a really cool solution for a lot of people.
Yeah, and you'll see that our pricing's pretty darn competitive on these too. From what I could find, there's only one or two other companies that do offer like an inline barreled action, and essentially it's still the same price as if you had the stock on there. So they're just you're not actually saving.
That's funny. Yeah.
You're not quite saving much when you go to the barreled action route.
Well, our builder's action is so affordable. Depending on your total build on a barreled action, if you go with like a fairly basic contour steel barrel, you're going to be less on a barreled action than you would be from most other of our competitors, just straight up actions.
Yeah, I think if you were to like do the Range SF barreled action, that's right around 1,000 to 1,050. Like it's gonna be pretty competitive on the barreled action side.
Yeah, that's like where life starts for most receivers.
You're getting the trigger. That includes your trigger with that.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty good.
And it's
setup.
a Trigger Tech trigger. It's not just some low quality trigger. So
that's pretty solid. I think that that's a lot of value for the right person. A lot of people probably don't even want to mess with any of that, and they just go buy one of our inline rifles. That's what we would love for you to do.
Yeah, that would be great.
But a big part of the 307 family was for us to continue to offer more custom type solutions. It's perfect for playing firearm Legos, as I like to call it. Really, really easy build platform.
Yeah, and I don't want to make too many promises, but I feel like this is that first door to potentially start offering stuff that we maybe don't do in line, though, with a different variety of barrels and things down the line. Because we can only offer so many different barrels in line that there could be a potential where it's like, oh, we might be able to bring this barrel in and do this through the custom shop, something like that.
Yeah, and I think same with kind of fluting patterns. We've added more and more fluting patterns with time, the skip flute, spiral, straight. Got some others in the works. Then I think you'll see those things trickle into this program as well.
Yeah.
So I like your comment on here. Like just reading through your notes that I don't trust myself with a torque wrench.
Yeah.
You should probably get a barreled action. That's funny.
Yeah, 100%. That is, I know myself on that, and I am not to that level. So,
this is like not related at all, left field, but on a personal note, like you're getting married really soon.
Yeah,
Are you pumped?
I think I'll be already married by the time this comes out.
That's soon.
Yeah, very soon. No, I'm excited. We're doing it here in Wyoming, so the whole family, all my friends, we kind of made them come out to Wyoming if they wanted to see us get married. But no, it's gonna be fun. The best part is my future wife, Savannah, or I guess as this is out, she is my wife at this point. She is so prepared that this last week, wedding week, I don't actually have anything to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah. My joke has been last Sunday we went paddleboarding because we got our entire list done, which wasn't very long. So she is an ultimate planner.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Impressive. Yeah. Where can people find where to order these barreled actions and builder's actions?
Yeah. So builder's action, it's just under the products on Model 307. So on the website or through your dealer, you can get builder's actions pretty easily. We're going to run the barreled actions through the custom shop. So you just go to custom shop. There's a 307, build your 307 custom. And there's going to be an option to start with a rifle or start with the barreled action. So one note on these is these won't ship with a Magpul hard case. So even though it's in the custom shop, you're not going to get the case with that. So otherwise we would just price ourselves out of that.
Yeah. So for reference, all the new rifles in the custom shop, full completed rifles, have been shipping for the last few months with a Magpul case. Mm-hmm. There's been some cool comments on the Facebook groups on those as well. Like, dude, this case is sweet.
Yeah. And just the custom shop in general, we launched that back in April, like the new custom shop. And it's been on fire. People have been making some pretty cool customs. It seems like every couple days we'll get like that's a cool one. And people have been loving it. So,
Dig it. Recently we launched the Alpine WY. That thing's been going pretty great. The day we launched it, Ian Munsick came into town and checked out for the Wild Rodeo. He came up to the HQ here and checked out that new rifle and was wearing like a track T-shirt from UW. It's like perfect color match to the rifle. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, he was great. It was kind of cool that he just happened to be in town when we launched it, and it was just I had known their manager, which his manager is his wife, or whatever. So I shot him an email, and they're like, "Oh, we're in town. We'll come over right now." So it was pretty cool that
was fun.
They wanted to come over, and we're going to do another like full range day with them. So
I saw Ian downtown like that same day, and then I saw his wife this weekend, like just walking around. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That rodeo this past weekend was a blast. It just brings so much energy to Sheridan. Like, there's so many different things going on. There's 5K boot kickoff, like so many activities. It's an absolute blast.
Yeah, we went Friday and the weather was beautiful. Like it
was pretty hot on Wednesday when I went.
Yeah, Friday it rained all day, and then right around 4:00 stopped raining, and it was just like perfect. 70 degrees the entire time. It was awesome.
You won the weather lottery because it was hot again on Saturday.
And I think all the events were great this year. Like all the bull riders, we went last year on a Thursday, and it was a little rough for the bull riders. This year, it's like they're high 80s on a couple guys, and they had some legit, four-time champion types. The bull riding was the best part at the end. Wednesday,
there was not a successful 8-second ride.
I think there was 4 successful, and 2 guys were 80s. It was great.
I wish I had done the math ahead of time, but I was sitting at the rodeo doing an 8-second ride, and I was just sitting there thinking, how far could a 300 Weatherby 180 interlock travel in 8 seconds?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Pretty long ways.
Well, my random, just because we were sponsored, they say Weatherby quite a bit. My random one is one of the guys who was competing had a great score, and he was from Rifle, Colorado. It's like, oh, that's fitting. That guy might have just won a rifle because that was a crazy good score that he had.
There was a couple arena records set.
Yeah, there were some cool. They do the whole aggregate too, and it's like next year I think I'm gonna have to do Saturday night.
How were the Indian races on Friday?
They were good. The Indian races announcer was a little spicy. He's a very interesting guy.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So he was he had some interesting comments, but no, they were overall great. There were some really good ones.
They were fun on Wednesday, really good.
Yeah, there was one guy who was halfway down, not halfway down the track, but he was out of the exchange area, and he was still on the back side of the horse. On the rear.
Oh, he wasn't on.
He wasn't on, and the horse was going, and he somehow saved it. That one was pretty cool. But it's funny how those horses are just so pumped to go.
Yeah, they just go. I think a couple of the heats, the rider did not successfully do the exchange onto the horse, and the horse just did a hot lap all by himself.
Yeah, we had one of those too. So then he had to ride one of the horses twice or whatever, because one of them just went and did their own thing. It went and did a whole lap by itself.
I grew up in Texas going to rodeos and stuff, and the first time I came here to the rodeo in Wyoming, and they were the Indian relays, I thought it was the coolest thing. I had no idea that it existed. It's basically one rider, 3 horses, 3 laps. And so between each lap, the rider, and they're riding bareback, the rider's got to transfer, get off the horse he's came in on the first lap. Well, back up. They start off the horse at the start line, and it's chaos. There's 4 to 5 racers or teams. They're each off the horse. They're trying to get the horse to generally face down the track. They shoot a gun, so that's really good for horses. And they then try to mount the horse and then haul butt, do a lap around the track, dismount, mount another horse, go around the track, and then dismount, mount. It's like it's chaos, and it's really fun.
Yeah, and Sheridan's like kind of known for it. I guess that's like the YO is like where they do
world championships.
They always say it's world championships, and I actually didn't know that it was like live on the Cowboy Channel or whatever. So like every night is live, which I thought was pretty.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
We actually like watched it from home on nights that we didn't go. It's fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
Especially the Indian relay. That's just a blast.
I would like to see it on TV. I guess it's just like whatever the big screen is, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little more than because they don't show all of it on the big screen. But yeah,
that's cool.
It's pretty neat. So, sorry, that was a total detour.
Yeah,
but it was just fun week last week with Wild Rodeo going on. And
yeah, if you're ever looking for a vacation, that week in July is like a good week to come.
It is.
It's a little harder to find like Airbnbs and stuff though, just because of how crazy the rodeo is. But you can do Weatherby, you can do the rodeo, and then the mountains are always good too. So it's like you could get a really wide breadth if you were to do it that week.
Awesome. Well, if you're thinking about a custom rifle, we got two options for you. We got the builder's action, we got the barreled action. Little less work on the barreled action. Just pick your stock, bottom metal, and go.
Yep, you can pick your colors. Your on the bolt, you can pick straight flutes, spiral flutes. So there's a lot of cool options. You can pick your bolt knob, skeletonized. There's a bunch of different options.
Get on there, check that out. If you want to just go full custom, the builder's action, right for you. Those are all Cerakoted black, but everything, it'll be on you. It's standard 700 pitch threads, mounting for trigger, but all of that will be on the builder.
Yeah.
So two great options to start your custom build. If you go down that route, I'd love to get some pictures. I'll probably see them on the Facebook groups, but send them to on our mark at weatherby.com. We got an email address set up for the podcast. We'd love to see some of this, what you come up with.
Yeah, if you're handy with a camera and get a little higher quality one and send it to us, it might make it on either our website or onto the socials. So
no promises, but you're saying there's a chance.
I'm telling you, there's a chance. We can always use more of those stuff because we do such a good job of getting photos of our inline stuff. But I mean, the barreled action and the custom thing, that's kind of up to the user on what that looks like. So
for sure. Cool. Well, go check it out, weatherby.com. We got lots of options.